Alright, so this is just going to be a quick video replacing the battery on this HP X360 convertible model 15T-CN000. As you can see, the rubber feet were already removed or pulled aside to gain access to the screws. Okay, they are PH or JS1 screws, as well as one T5 or Torx 5 screw. Okay, so we're going to use the PH1 or JS1 screwdriver right now, and we're going to remove all these screws. You want to keep them in order because they can be different size, shape, and lengths. So the way I do that is I put them flat side down on my desk like this. In the pattern I remove them. So we have 4 back here, and then we got 2 here, and then we have one T5 or Torx 5 screw there. Okay, if the screws get stuck, I might have to use a magnet to get them out. They're having like fireworks right now or something. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if you guys can even hear that. Sorry if the sound is somewhat staticky. I know that it's probably going to be a bit staticky because I'm actually charging the battery right now because the battery charge was low. Anyways, we're going to switch over to the T5 or Torx 5 screwdriver, and we'll remove the one screw down here. Okay, so this bottom cover is quite a bit difficult to remove. Oh, this screw, the screw mount is broken, so I can't actually remove it. We're going to leave that there. Alright, it's actually going to just come out anyways. Alright, next thing we're going to do, we need to pull this bottom cover out. So there are clips on the back here. Okay, this cover is pretty difficult to remove. You just got to kind of flex it up to kind of fold it inwards like this, bend it a little bit, and then we can get this out. All right, so there we go. We got the bottom cover off. I'm gonna have to clean it out because it is pretty dusty in there. So let me do that real quick. We already did remove the battery. So there were screws here, 4 screws along the top, and then 2 screws down here. And once you do that, you can actually pull the battery up like that. It lifts out, and it just slots into the connector here. Alright, so let me clean the dust on here real quick, and I'll be back. It looks like they upgraded this with a PCI, is this an M.2 SATA SSD? I think there's it's an M.2 SATA SSD, and also RAM here. And the RAM, I'm assuming this supports a PCIe NVMe as well, but I'm not sure. And then the RAM is DDR4 2666. Alright, anyways, I'm going to clean this up, and I'll be back. Alright, so I'm back. You can see it's a lot cleaner now. I also cleaned this up. There's still a little bit of stuff there, but it's a lot cleaner now. Okay, so next thing we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and put the new battery in. I know this was a really short, quick video. If you don't know how to remove the connectors, I have other videos, like pretty much all my videos will show that type of thing. Okay, let me actually go over more of what's inside the laptop. So you have this connector here for the trackpad or touchpad. There's flip latch to remove these cables. Then you got this connector here for the 2.5-inch SATA hard drive. The hard drive just lifts out like this. Okay, there's just rubber holding it in place. There's not really anything, screws or anything. Okay, the M.2 SSD, one screw, it pops up slightly at an angle. You can pull it out. RAM, pull these 2 tabs to the side, and this pulls out. It looks like there used to be a metal cover over the RAM, but maybe the customer lost that. Basically, you would get underneath and pry that up. I use my fingernail, get underneath the gap, and then pull it up. All right, you got the keyboard backlight connector here, keyboard connector here. You got this connector here for the SD card slot, as well as the headphone jack, or 3.5 millimeter jack, whatever you want to call it, auxiliary port. All right, you got the fan connector here. Of course, the fan, it looks like it's attached here with some screws. So if you want to take the fan out, you'd have to take the heatsink out, pull that up, and then take these little screws out, and you can drop the fan out from this metal plate. All right, the CPU is soldered to the motherboard, so you can't remove that. There's this little connector here, which, let's see. DC jack charge port connector here goes underneath to this PW1. Then this little connector, I believe, goes to this board here. I'm kind of confused. Are those 2 separate things? Yeah, okay, the charge port, and then this one goes to this board, sorry. So the DC jack connector, this goes underneath to here, and then this cable goes to this. All right, you got the LCD LVDS connector. This is for the screen. Then you got the connector here for the speakers. Hold on, I got some messages. And then you got the wireless card here. One screw pops up and pulls out just like the wireless, like the RAM as well. Then you got this connector here for the fingerprint sensor here. And that's pretty much all I'm going to go over in this laptop. Let's go ahead now and put the battery in and get the screws in. All right, so pretty straightforward. Let me zoom in a little bit here for you guys. Okay, we're going to line up the bottom over here first. Okay, line up that, and then we're going to get this lined up and then just push that down into place. Okay, and then let's go ahead and put the screws back using the JIS1 or PH1 screwdriver. Okay, the screwdriver I'm using is actually a JIS1, but a PH1 would kind of fit as well. So if you didn't have a JIS1, but anyways, we'll get all these 4 screws in here first. Okay. It's not lined up right. Oops. I got the alignment messed up. Let me make sure to get this all lined up. There we go. Okay. Go ahead and tighten all these screws in. Alright. Last screw. Okay, they're telling me their keyboard was also having some issues, but that I think is because they spilled liquid. They actually have some liquid residue on the fan connector here. I don't know if you can see that right there. Okay, anyways, let's go ahead and put this back on. As I said, this piece here is the screw came out and got stuck. If you're wondering, the battery model number is LK03XL. Okay, let's go ahead and get this line back up again. We'll get a thumbnail here. Okay, give it a few seconds so it's easier to find, and let's go ahead and put the bottom cover. So the bottom cover is pretty straightforward. I get this bottom part in first, then we kind of work our way up and around, clip everything in. I'm getting more messages, so give me a second. Okay, should be able to just pop all these in. The battery was expanding before, and that caused this cover to kind of get bent and lifted out of place. So now it's not quite a great fit. It looks like they also bent this here somehow. So I'm going to pull that out. Okay. Alright, anyways, let's just go ahead and get all these screws back in, and that's pretty much it. Also, the battery, if I'm not mistaken, acts as the CMOS or BIOS battery as well. So it is going to take a while for it to completely boot up. It's going to probably power cycle a few times, so keep that in mind. And yeah. Alright, so we'll get all these screws back in. We'll power it up and see how long it takes. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much all there is to it. Hopefully this video helped you guys out. If it did, make sure to like, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. And if it helped you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. Alright, so pretty much done. Let's get these rubber pieces back in place, even though they're probably just going to fall out again. But let's go ahead and line this up. Okay, and just stick this back on. Okay. There we go. Okay, and then we got this one down here. Same thing. Peel that up, line that up, and get that all in place. This design's kind of not very good. I've seen a lot of these, the rubber pieces missing on people's computers because they just fall out. The adhesive's not too good, so yeah. Alright, anyways, we gotta go on both sides and then work our way towards the center because this one stretches a little bit. And as you do that, you can see it kind of flattens out. Alright, there we go. Let's go ahead and power this up. Hopefully the battery came pre-charged. just open this up and press the button. Okay, hear the fan spinning. So we should be good. Again, it will take a while. It will take a while to boot, so don't panic. It might take several times. Right now it's just staying black. I do see the power button light is on. And then the power light shut off. It should turn itself back on. Okay, looks like it turned itself back on. And then it should eventually give a message saying like the BIOS or CMOS was reset or something like that. Let's give it a little bit. All right. Still doing nothing. Oh, there we go. And here you go. It says CMOS was reset. So you can press enter to reboot the system. You do want to change the date and time again. Otherwise, you're going to have problems with the internet. So make sure to do that. But other than that, we should be good to go. Computer should be starting itself back up. And then we should be good. All right. I hear the fan spinning. Right now, I don't see anything on the screen. There we go. We got the HP logo. And then we got it spinning, the little dots. So that's pretty much it. Again, hopefully this video helped you guys out. If it did, like, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. If it helped you save a bunch of money, again, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You can see it actually booted up and it's showing Friday, August 5th, 9:08. I think that might actually be accurate. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye. Let's drop this.